Hi there, Wilson Middle School. This is Rick Schneider. I'm the principal here at Wilson Middle School, and I have with me Miss Barb Zimmer. She's one of our assistant principals, and Mr. Mike Pisano, our other assistant principal. And we are here to talk to you today about our open house materials for the start of this school year. And we're going to kind of walk you through a little presentation and tell you all about the cool things going on here at Wilson. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So first and foremost, we just want to welcome you all to Wilson Middle School. We know that this year has been a little bit of an odd transition to the start of the school year, and with all of our preparations for the COVID-19 pandemic, and learning to do things online, we have some things that are going to be a little different than a typical school year. So we want to share those with you. Just once again, we wanted to share with you the administrators who are with us here today, myself, Mr. Pisano, and Ms. Zimmer. So here at Wilson Middle School, it's really important for us to just be aware of the things that we hold dearest to us, and those would be our school values, which are academics, athletics, and the arts. They're called the AAAs. We really want students to be safe, responsible, and respectful, and realize that, especially this year, change is really inevitable. So we have to be adaptive and ready for the constant change that is occurring around us. And we are going to work on getting better every day. So we also recognize and really value diversity here. We have a highly diverse school with students with lots of different backgrounds from all different parts of the socioeconomic spectrum. And also in every other form of diversity that you can really think of. And it's something that we celebrate here at Wilson. We really, really commit ourselves to learning, as it's a lifelong collaboration with both the school and the family, and also with us as a community as a whole. We believe that all students can learn and they can be successful. Doesn't matter where a student falls on the spectrum, we can always find ways to help students learn, and we can all learn no matter where we are in life. We value open and honest communication. It's really a necessity if we're going to do the best we can to help out families and students. And we also value both individual contributions that our students make and our teachers make to our school and our community, and we certainly welcome community and parental involvement and support as well. Some really important people for you to know. Our secretaries in the main office are Miss Doris Sanders and Miss Natalie Claudio. Our counselors are Mr. Coletta. He takes care of the 6th grade, and Miss Peck takes care of the 7th and 8th grade students. We have Mrs. Kraszewski, who is our mental health specialist. She works with our student assistance program. We also have 2 behavior specialists, Mr. Lofton and Miss Maldette. Big help around the school, and they do a lot in working with students. We have a new school nurse this year, Miss Beata Stark. We were very happy to have her and welcome her to Wilson. She's been a great addition so far this year. And then working in attendance, we will have Miss Dunn and Miss Pulliam, who's a new addition this year and is going to be helping us out as well. Our school resource officer is Mr. Ray Rude, and he is an excellent addition to our school community. Other people for you to know, we have a Blue Coat team that kind of adds support to our school from around the community, and they consist of Brother D, Roscoe Carroll, Kathy Johnson, Joyce Jaycox, Dave Guerin, who also is our Wilson Middle School football coach and a huge helping hand to us in lots of different ways, Jake Hancock, and then Craig Heidelberg. Our Blue Coats are helping us out with ensuring that attendance is up and running well, and that all of our students are attending both school or online classes. And you may see our Blue Coats helping out in lots of different ways from time to time. Very helpful. Our course schedule for this school year is a little bit different, and as you can see, One starts right at 8 o'clock. All of our courses are an hour and 15 minutes long, and then we transition directly into our next class. Ends with period 5, which is a little different. Ms. Zimmer is going to talk about that just a little bit more as we move along. And then we have special help at the end of the day. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Zimmer, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about the daily ins and outs for our students.
Thank you, Mr. Schneider. So Wilson School Day, students need to be logged in by 8 o'clock every morning. Every student will have language arts, math, science, and social studies on a daily basis, and then they'll have one related arts class. The related arts could be computers, STEM, family consumer science, and music, and each will be 75 minutes. On A day, they'll have one related arts class, and on B day, they have a second related arts class. In order to check whether it's an A or a B day, as the students are logging into Schoology, the A and B will be located on the landing page. When you're looking at your student's schedule in order to determine whether a student is scheduled for something on an A day or a B day, you just simply need to look down and look for where it says block A or block B. So on this particular student schedule, you'll see that they are homeroom and first period are combined and they have the same exact teacher. So in this case, the student has social studies first, then they move to language arts, science, and then on A days, they go to music, B days, they go to phys ed, then they have math, and then they have tutorial time. We want you to get the most important information from our school. So here are a few different ways to get this information. One, join our Wilson Facebook page. Make sure that your information is updated so that you get the one calls that go out from Mr. Schneider. Schoology will soon be opening up a parent portal, so you'll be receiving more information about that. You can always access your students' grades using the parent portal for Infinite Campus. If you need information on that, please reach out to your child's counselor and they can set you up with an access code. The access code is nice. It gives you access to every student that you have in the Erie School District. So it's not just the student that you have at Wilson, but that access code allows you to see all the students in one account. And then finally, make sure that you watch the Erie School District homepage, as well as if you click on schools, you can see Wilson's homepage, and we often post updated information for your reading. Currently, we don't have a PTSO, but we are looking to start one. If you are interested in helping Wilson students thrive, consider volunteering or helping to support our efforts. Email Natalie Claudio at nclaudio@eriesd.org. Student work is important. We need our students to be on top of things. Students will be assigned homework, so we need to make sure that they are doing that. We need to make sure that they're prepared properly and so that they have the tools that are necessary and needed, including notebooks, your textbooks, your Chromebooks. If you need any of these materials, we do have some supplies set up in the front lobby. And if you are experiencing any issues with your Chromebook, please reach out to epssupport@eriesd.org. In terms of grading scale, you can see that it's listed on the screen. So 90 to a 100 is considered an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 65 to 69 is a D, and anything 64 and below is considered a failing grade. In order for a student to be considered first honors, they need to have all A's, but they'll be considered the second honors group if they have all A's and B's for the quarter. And we will be celebrating those students at the end of each quarter. Special help's available for all students from 2:45 to 3:20 on the following days. Monday, language arts, Tuesday, math, Wednesday, science, Thursday, social studies, and related arts by appointment. The teachers have their Zoom links posted on their pages, and so the student just simply needs to log in and they'll be able to meet with their students to get the extra help that they need. Next, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Pisano for some information about attendance and student behavior.
Okay, so attendance is very important. Students need to be in school every day on time for the entire school day. Remember, our school day this year begins online at 8 o'clock. So if you end up coming in late, or if you get online late, those tardy minutes will count against you for truancy. So we want to try to make sure, you know, maybe we start logging on 10 minutes early, so we're there ready to go into that class at 8 o'clock. If you are having some type of communication issues or you're having some technology issues, you can let the teacher know. You can also contact 874-6801 for any issues with your tech issues. Excuses can be emailed to our guidance counselor, who will then make sure our attendance officers get it. Mike Coletta, which is mcoletta@eriesd.org. And once again, absenteeism. So if you're going to be out, you know, we ask that there are some instances that maybe you're going to be out, you notify the school before 9 a.m. that day, so we know what's going on and we can let the teachers know. Also, you know, you have to have an excuse back into the school within 3 days of your absence. So for this year, we are taking emailed excuses or faxed excuses to the main office. Those are going to be accepted, and then we'll make sure our truancy officer and our attendance officers get those. For an excusal from class, no one's going to be excused from class during the first 5 minutes or the last 5 minutes when you're here in school. But while we're online, we expect you to be in class right on time for each period. So at the end of each period, you're going to have an asynchronous time. So you're going to have time at the end of your period, to be able to get logged into your next period on time. Tardy minutes at the beginning of the school day are going to be counted against you for truancy. So that's one thing we want to make sure of, that you're in school on time at 8 o'clock, and then you're logging in on time for each of your classes throughout the rest of the school day. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about student conduct. Once again, while during this online programming, we expect you to be using your full name when you log into a class. If you don't have your full name on there, or if you have a different name on there, you're going to be held in the holding area. You're not going to be allowed in the class. So make sure you have your full name on there. Be attentive, make sure your cell phones are turned off, you know, follow the teacher directions, and work hard throughout the course of the period. So when you're setting up an area in your house, try to limit your distractions. Okay, so try to build an area where you don't have any distractions going on, and you can just concentrate on your Chromebook and concentrate on what's going on in the classroom. So there's a list of a few things here that, you know, maybe you could get yourself into a comfortable space that's free from distractions. Choose a background setting that isn't going to cause any distractions with any of your classmates. You're going to need to have your Chromebook there, possibly with some of your notes and your textbooks that you're going to need throughout the course of the class. Use your headphones. We're recommending that the students use their headphones because there could be multiple students in the household that are in online situations. Students, you're not going to need any other technology unless instructed by the teacher. So just make sure you have your cell phones put away during these online classes. Visitors to the building, we are limiting visitors to the building this year. Parents are welcome to come in if they have a question. We kind of request that you call the school, talk to one of the secretaries. They'll get you to somebody that you need to speak with. Send us an email. But you know, if you do need to come into the office, you can come into the office, and we'll try to have somebody speak with you there in the office. Once again, our school nurse this year is Miss Stark, and her email address is right there on this slide. Um, you know, she is dealing with any, we do have some students in the building right now, so she is dealing with any type of medications for students there. If you have any other issues, because we're dealing with immunizations, you want to get all your updated immunizations into the nurse as soon as you can. Those are going to be due, within this first semester. 7th grade students, those are the main ones with the vaccinations. We definitely need those in as soon as we can.
Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about student involvement. And, here at Wilson, we have a number of different opportunities for students. Right now is our fall sports session. We have cross country, football, and girls basketball that are all taking place right now. In the winter, we will have boys basketball. We will also have swimming, wrestling, and we will in the spring have softball, soccer, volleyball, and track. So lots of different sports opportunities for students, we want to make sure that we have as many students involved in those programs as we safely can. So if you are interested, please contact the school and make sure that you are taking part in those things. Also, just letting you know a little bit about some of the programs that we have around the building. We have an honors program that a number of our students are involved in, and we really like to stress that because it is important for our students, our high achieving students that want to keep pushing themselves and working on academics and getting better and better and better. There are a lot of avenues for that, and our teachers are really committed to helping students out in the honors program. In addition, even though we are, under a totally different set of circumstances than a normal school year, we're still looking to offer a lot of different activities for students. So currently, we are pulling together plans for a game club, student council. We have the accelerated reader program for 6th grade students. So parents, if you have a 6th grader, please encourage them to take part in that and read as much as possible. We have peer mediators and peer mentors. Those programs will be kicking up and getting started relatively soon. Talent search is still going to be involved with us here at Wilson, and the preparations and planning for that are coming out right now. We also have a SAT prep and the second step program, which is a social emotional learning program that we're working with all of our students in. We also are hoping to offer Science Olympiad, some STEM activities, and some after-school music activities for our students as well. And all of that is in the works. Please pay attention to our announcements and Facebook page. Check it out on Schoology. You're going to see all of these different things coming up here relatively soon. We just want to kind of put out there that being involved in school activities is really important. It's correlated with a 0.5 GPA increase, so 0.5 point GPA increase. So for example, a student involved in athletics typically goes from a 2.5 to a 3.0, or from a 2.0 to a 2.5. That athletic involvement is really important, or in after school activities, just period, is really important to seeing students succeed. The more students get involved and the more they take part in what's going on around the school, the more their academics also improve. So we really want well-rounded students who can do all of the different sorts of things that are available to them. Here at Wilson, we also have a SWIGIS program. It's called, it stands for School-Wide Positive Behavior Intervention and Support. It's a tiered intervention system that's meant to keep kids in class working and learning. So we focus on clear expectations and positive reinforcement of really good behavior. We want to de-emphasize punishment for minor behaviors and really focus on getting kids to focus positive energy on doing good things for themselves and around the school. The other thing we really want to focus on is learning and building good working habits. And as a part of that, that's where we're incorporating the second step social emotional learning program to complement the SWIGIS program. So with all of that being said, we might be thinking like, how can we help our students out in middle school? It's a really tricky time in a student's life. So helping them to navigate this is an important role for both the school and for parents. So as a parent, how can we help out? Talk to your student, ask about how their day is going, check to see if their homework was assigned and whether or not it was done. Keep in touch with your child's teachers. They really want all of their students to be successful here at Wilson, and they are truly supportive. They also, I would say, you know, please help us by setting clear expectations and limits for your student for school and at home. When students are in middle school, they want to test the limits and they want to see what those boundaries are. So by having clear and enforced boundaries for students, it's actually showing that you really care about your student, and that they actually appreciate having those boundaries when they are testing those boundaries. It's kind of an odd dynamic, but it really does matter, and it is effective. And then just always, we're trying to be firm and consistent. Other things we want to do are always try to keep the future in focus. Right now is a great time for kids to start setting goals for themselves and working toward achieving those goals for their own future. So have them explore their own likes and dislikes. How can they help other people out? What problems do they want to solve for their school or in their community or for the public at large? They don't have to decide what they want to do for the rest of their life just yet. But the more they learn about themselves and plan for their own future and discover more about who they actually are, the more likely they are to be successful and then carry out those plans and become successful in their own right as an adult. The other things we would say is stay positive. Middle school can be really challenging and tricky for students. Focus on catching them doing good and celebrate their accomplishments. Those go a long way for all of us in helping us to help foster kids into the era of high school. And lastly, encourage them to try really hard. It's a great time to learn to try and fail and try again and again and again, because that's how we end up succeeding. There are lots of examples throughout history of highly successful people who failed over and over and over again, but they kept trying, and that effort is really important, and it's really what matters. So fostering those things is something that we want to work with parents to do, and do that as a community around the school. We really appreciate your help in doing those things. So we really thank you for spending some time with us this afternoon or this evening, whenever you're actually viewing this video. And we're really looking forward to a great and successful school year for all of the students here at Wilson Middle School. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you again soon.